Another Google Hangout. My name is Perio. My channel, Perio333. Again, this is another Google Hangout. Um, this video or this Hangout is just an update. It's just an update on my 100-day personal fitness challenge. And I've noticed something. So I wanted to do an update and just drop a jewel real quick on something that I'm noticing when I challenge myself. It's a pattern. I think it's a pattern, and I wanted to point it out because there's more benefits to a challenge than whatever your specific reasons are. Whatever, like for example, with me in this challenge, my specific reason for doing this was to get better, get more disciplined with the physical part of training. When I say physical, I mean like working out as opposed to running. I have absolutely no problem going for a run. I enjoy doing that. It's not a big deal. I do it all the time. I really love to do it. I can do that as much as I need to train and be ready for run day, race day. Now, on the other hand, there also needs to be a physical aspect that in my opinion, it maximizes your athletic potential when you are both running, getting your heart real strong and keeping your heart super healthy, pardon me, and also it's kind of like muscle memory. I mostly run in terms of the events that I do is marathons or whatever. So you run long miles to be ready for long miles. Like you run long miles to run long miles. But you maximize that when you also work out and train in the gym or the training center or whatever, your body, you lift weights, you do physical activity. When you combine the two, the result is that much more. It's going to be that much better. So it allows you to maximize your athletic potential without a doubt. And that's my reason for doing the 100-day personal fitness challenge. That's my reason for doing it. But what I've noticed as I'm on day 38, I'm on day 38 right now. For 38 days in a row, I have did some sort of physical activity every day for 38 days in a row. Now, whether that be running or like a physical workout, I've done something every day. Had I not challenged myself to do the physical part, then I would not have did 38 days in a row. I would have taken, I mean, again, I don't have a problem running, so I would imagine I would have I run at least 4 or 5 times a week. So either way, the days would have been covered, but no physical activity. 0. But due to this challenge, at least 3 days a week, I'm doing something physical, something that is not running, and it's a physical workout. Push-ups, body squats, planks, mostly using my body weight for the first 38 days. But here's what I'm noticing, and this is why I stress for the first 38 days. Now, it takes me back to when I was several years ago, and I wanted to start to live a more healthy lifestyle. And I challenged myself then. Matter of fact, I remember the day. It was September 1st, 2013. September 1st, 2013. August 31st or August 30th, whatever the last day in the month of August is. I think it's 31 days in the month of August. I made a promise, or I challenged myself, that August 1st was going to start a new era, like a new beginning. And one of the first things I was going to do was walk every day for 90 days, 1 mile. Every day for 90 days, walk 1 mile. That's what I was going to do. And September 1st came, and I walked the 1 mile. Now, that's super, super feasible, right? That's super feasible. So what I intended to do was, I was looking to slim down, tone my body up, my physique, tone up a little bit, or a lot, whatever. It just depends on what you like, in terms of how much weight I needed to lose. I mean, I wasn't at that time, I wasn't too far out of control, but I had been a lot heavier in the past, and I had been a vegetarian for many years. So I thought, anyway, the goal was to slim down, tone up, and to start walking so that I can feel like that I was doing something. I wanted to feel like I was doing something. I didn't know what it would turn into. I thought that, look, I was wanting to walk 1 mile for 90 days in a row. And I did that, and it created a shift. It created a shift. I mean, a major shift in my life. My life literally shifted from one place to another over time. So between September 1st, 2013 and April 16th or April 15th, 2019, I can tell you there's so many things that has happened in between those two dates in terms of my life. And a lot of it would never have happened had I not challenged myself in those first 90 days back then. This is why I say that it created a shift, because prior to challenging myself to walk for 90 days in a row, regardless of what was going on, it was very important that I get the walk in. And that was just me. I wanted to feel like I was doing something, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna start out with something what I know I can do. It don't matter how hard the day has been or whatever what would have happened. There's no reason why I couldn't walk 1 mile. It's no reason why. So that's what I did. I walked the 1 mile. Now, when I say it created a shift, I mean, so much is going on right now in my life that I can only attribute to me challenging myself back in 2013. I can only put it on that because I was never a runner before. At this point, I ran in several marathons. I had never intended on doing that. That was not my goal. You know, my goal was to walk 1 mile. And as a result of doing that, it has I mean, just it's crazy the difference in my life then and my life now. And had I not challenged myself, I just don't think that I would have been or that I would be in the situation that I'm in now. I don't think that would have been the case. So fast forward to now, fast forward to 2019, March 10th, I challenged myself again. And I didn't think about this until yesterday. I challenged myself again. And I challenged myself to be physically active for 100 days in a row. And I mentioned that to say I'm expecting a shift. I'm expecting a shift. This is what happens when I challenge myself. This is what happens when I get out of my comfort zone and I try to get better. This is what happens. Because at the end of the day, my reason for challenging myself for 100 days of physical fitness is to be able to add that physical aspect of training into my lifestyle. It's not something that I want to do temporarily. I have a rigorous competition and race itinerary for the next few years. It just will not be sufficient for me to go 100 days and not have a long-term outlook for what I'm expecting in return for doing this. And it makes sense because the last time I challenged myself to this degree, it created a shift in a very positive, productive, healthy way. It created a shift. So I think what happens, and there's no way this only applies to me. I'm just telling you my experience. I think what happens is when we challenge ourselves again, and this is my experience, when we challenge ourselves to get out of the comfort zone, and I know to get out of our comfort zones. And I know that everybody's using the word comfort zone these days. It's like one of those talking points. But it's real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a cliche is a cliche for a reason. You know, it's just not hanging around the world because it's not true a lot of the times in terms of cliches. You know, a cliche is a word that has been used so much, or a phrase that has been used so much that it loses its luster. You know what I mean? Like it just loses the power that it once had. So we call that a cliche. And I know that, you know, that's what it may sound like, but when we get out of the comfort zone and we do things that make us uncomfortable, and you do things that you don't want to do. You know, all that stuff is cliche, and it sounds, you know, dare I say corny, but it's real. It's real. A lot of that stuff is real, you know. And I noticed it. I created a shift. I've done it before. It happened. It happened when I challenged myself to walk 1 mile a day. And you look up, and I fell in love with running, and I run marathons now. I've done this before. This is not my first rodeo. You know, this is not my first rodeo. I know how this will turn out. And I only thought about it yesterday. I wasn't thinking about it like this when I did the challenge. I'm trying to improve in the area where I need to improve. Physical training, not just cardio. I'm trying to improve. And that's my goal. I'm trying to improve. But what I'm learning is outside of what I had intended to get from this. And that's what happens. That's another jewel. That's what happens. You get more than what you bargained for, so to speak. If you carry on. Like, it's day 38. I figured this out on day 37. If I would have stopped on day 16, I would have never gotten to this point. This would have never came to my mind. You know what I mean? The longer you stick in there, the longer you execute and follow the process and do the things that will allow you to get to that next day unblemished. The longer you do that, the longer you are that conscious and that committed, the more you're gonna get out of it. That's what I'm seeing. It's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. So I'll definitely keep you updated. That's the whole point. The whole point of this hangout was to point out the lessons learned, or the lesson learned at this point at day 38. Not only am I getting this physical fitness up, my physical fitness game is going up. Not only am I getting that, but I'm also learning like principles to actually live by, and to understand that when you challenge yourself, it could create a shift, a huge shift, because I am so far away in 2019 than I was in 2013 when I challenged myself. And I'm just not sure if it's the same thing if I don't challenge myself. I'm just not sure if the same thing happens. A matter of fact, I know a lot of things would not have happened. There may have been other things, but I was consciously doing the things that I've done between then and now, and they were new. These things were new to me. Going to different states and running and meeting people and participating in marathons. Unbelievable. No way would I have taken that route had I not did exactly what I did. And that's real. And that's that. So I wanted to share that, because I had that thought yesterday, and It's powerful. That is powerful for me in this awakening time right here. That's very powerful. So I wanted to share it. But anyway, Perio 333, that's my channel. This is my channel. Restore order in your life. Reinvent yourself, and reintroduce yourself to the world. I'm doing my 100-day personal fitness challenge. I'm on day 38. This is an update, and I'll continue to keep you updated on the progress. Out.